Ready, sir, you'll find a lot in the library, most likely. Do you need a guide? I got this shit. The man in green gave me schematics to the castle and the cities, so I've got it all up in my noggin. Fine, Ruby, I'll show you the way. There he is. Yeah, do you mind waiting outside though? I want to speak to him privately. Sure, little Rose. I'll never be farther than a shout away if you need me. Gotta keep the princess safe from all these strange people, you know? Queen Yang. I'm officially the queen now. Bow to me, 'cause you're too tall. Oh, excuse me, your majesty. Can you find it in your heart to forgive this lowly commoner? Yang! So, like, your highness, do you actually need something, or...? Oops, that's my cue to leave. Good luck, oh queeness. I heard you took a tour of the city today. Yes, sir. How do you find it? It wasn't really... I kind of... There was a lot of... Ruby? Sir, why am I even here? I mean, why now of all times? Uncle Crow took me to the Xiaolong village 7 years ago and told me to forget my old life. And I did. Because I didn't really have a choice. And now I'm here again, and I've been taken away from everything I knew, and I'm only in the middle of this huge mess, and I really don't know how to fix that shit. It's my kingdom. It's supposed to be my kingdom. I stayed in the village because I thought Vale didn't need me anymore, and now I see it needs me more than ever. It's a wreck out there, and you're in here fighting for your life just keeping it afloat. So I have so many questions. Then I will try to answer them. Why didn't Uncle Crow took me to Xiaolong? During the attack that took your parents' life 7 years ago, Crow stole you away and made the cow to somewhere safe. The Rose Monarch wanted the source to be dispatched by a few rock grims. He was certain there was something more sinister afoot. You mean he thought they were murdered? By people? Unfortunately less, yes, and over the years I've come to think he might have been onto something. Crow was a special man, fiercely intelligent and more loyal than any other servant to the crown ever come across. He was a man who loved his king and queen like they were family. He was family, sort of. I know, Ruby. I'm sorry, but the day he took you away was the last time I ever saw him. He was so sure that there had been some kind of foul play at work, some usurper taking advantage of the chaos to end the Rose lineage forever. That death, in euros, would leave the throne free for any who wishes to claim it. Whether Crow is alive or dead, I cannot say. But if he is alive, I'm sure he's still hunting down clues as to what really happened at night. As to why he took you to Xiaolong, he knew they are far removed from any sphere of political influence. If there was a plot against you, you would have been safe here, and secret. I thought that I'd see him once I came back. I mean, not right away, because he's always so busy, but I figured if he was here, like he would be here if he was anywhere. I miss him. As do I. I was never really active in the court matters, but not interacting much with royalty outside of meddling with crows. But he spoke often of you, and fondly too. You and I never formally met then. I had hoped when you were older that I might form a working relationship, but when the Grimm's attack happened and you vanished... He rubs his temples. It's like, why am I here? As long as the Roseblood survives, the throne is loyal to its heirs. As long as you're alive, none may safely claim the power it holds. Without you, Ruby, you are completely alone, without any means to contact the other planes for aid. The throne is also the cornerstone of the city's various magical protection, but it exacts a terrible price on a usurper. I maintained the city wards for as long as I could, but my strength is limited. It was Crow's last wish to see you safe from the threats that killed your parents, but with the re-emerging Grimm and the rapid deterioration of my health, I was forced to bring you back. I'm sorry. It's okay, I was happy living with Xiaolong, but if this is where I'm meant to be, then I'll take up the responsibilities my parents left behind. Ruby is too good for this world. I'm sorry too. I'm sorry you had to carry my burden for so long. So formal of you. Living in the desert didn't actually take away all my etiquette lessons, you know? We'll have to see what else you still carry from that old life that might help you during these troubled times. So it isn't a question, but I saw the menageries. The blame for that falls completely under my incompetence as a ruler. Which, Ozpin fucked up a lot, but I really like how Ozpin wasn't a perfect ruler or anything, because, well, he said himself he wasn't in court matter, so he has no reason to know all that shit. At first, Torchwick involvement with the community was a blessing. While I fought for my life on the throne, it felt like someone had risen up to help sort out the common folk in the wake of the disaster and political turmoil that followed your parents' death. But before I knew it, he was too powerful for his own good. Greed had driven him to extremes, and there's nothing people love more than a scapegoat. A literal one here. The issue as a menagerie is one that troubles me greatly, Ruby Rose, more than I can express with words. I know Crows would have never let things get this bad, but without his guidance, I honestly don't know how we can turn this around. I wish I had all the answers, but I don't. Not for this, at least. Well, there's something Crow always told me, no matter how far you go in a bad direction, you always have the power to turn around. This sentence makes me feel really bad about my last choice of the game last time I played. But, no spoiler. As rulers, we have even more power than most. You and I are going to fix this together, somehow. I admire your optimism. You carry your parents' fire, certainly. Bringing you here might be exactly what we need to turn things around, after all. Who are the High Wizards? You already met one, Lady Glinda of the North Mountain. She's a wizard? I know she used magic, but with the title of High Wizard. I guess that explains why she didn't die of her height strokes wearing that ridiculous outfit in the desert. I advise you not to let her hear you say that. Actually, I advise you not to fight Glinda ever. She's a prodigy among the wizards and has well earned her place here in the court. I know, I'm just saying, she's so strong, so that makes sense. And what do High Wizards do? I know they manage the portals, but other than that, I've never learned much about them. As a group, they study the ancient languages and magics of Vale. They work beside the crown rather than serving directly under it, and the eldest of the wizards guard and maintain the portals to other planes. As difficult as it was for me to wear the crown, it was 10 times more taxing for them to continue the duty. Even when closed, the portals demand attention, so High Wizards suffer great emotional and physical pains to keep the portal from crumbling around us, and to keep the magic protecting the city running at full capacity. This is to say nothing of how impossible it would be to actually open a portal. Even with a full-blooded world monarch on the throne, the strain of opening a portal may very well kill one of the High Wizards. Or you, Your Majesty. It's not a task to be undertaken lightly. That is very true, but have you considered I'm really gay and I just want to fuck someone from the other planes? You really not remember any of this? What part of I was taken away in the dead of the night during a grim attack, dropped in a strange village and told to forget my old life to keep forgetting? Of course. You have to understand, Ruby, we didn't even know where Crow had taken you until very recently. I assumed all this time that you would be with him. And even when we did learn, I was hesitant to bring you back to this mess. Indeed. Maybe it was selfish of me, but Crow valued your safety above all things. I wanted to respect that. What should I do now? Above all, I recommend to create a council of representatives from different planes. I'm gonna love all of them, but I'm thinking right now I'm going to romance Ren and Nora, because I'm predictable. When we sent out our request for aid, they will most likely respond with dignitaries and monks, priests and warriors, and whoever they deems fit to answer the call. In some cases, they might not even deign to send us anyone, and you will need to go through the portal yourself to establish contact. It will be your job and mine to convince them that the aid is indeed needed. And this is the hardest part. You must accept it. Wait, how is it hard? People have a way of being contrary. The differences between planes will only exacerbate with the difficulties. You'll have a table full of conflicting opinions, and as the one who called upon them in the first place to ensure that everything goes smoothly, you might receive conflicting advice. It will be your job to sort through these complaints and confirm the commitment to our cause. Don't worry, you'll have me at my side, at your side, and goes down well. We will serve you as we served your parents. By the time we're done with you, you will be well groomed for leadership. It is your birthright. I kind of want a secret ending where people will be like fakes her death and just fuck off in the wild. Like, bye bitches, I did what I could. I saved you all, now deal with this shit. Okay, how do you open a portal? First, you must establish contact with the High Wizard. The rest is a matter of ceremony and witchcraft. It's not easy, but we will walk you through the ritual. We'll give you a list of allies and their plans, and you will choose who to approach and when. I must warn you, the stress of opening a portal has been known to kill. As there as our need is, there are none that would call you a coward for being hesitant. I mean, not to your face. In the end, we cannot force you to open a portal against your will. I don't know yet if I want to open any portal. But if you think it's what I should do, then I have to at least try. I don't have any more questions. Then we'll begin the preparation to open the portal as soon as you are ready, Your Majesty. Your first order of business will be to choose a member of your council, as your predecessor did in time of crisis. Well, as a queen, I do what I want, so I want Yang on my council. Because I need a representation for every plane, and I need one from my own plane, so Yang's cool. Yeah, but she's like your sister. Yes, but I do what I want. Also, I have like very legit arguments I'm saying right now, but I'm too lazy to read them. Like, she can probably be part of the Queen Guard or some shit like that, I mean, she's a soldier, and also she was raised as a daughter of the leader, so she can do shit, don't worry about that. Okay then. Yeah, you will need to be greater than just a bunch of people to fight the Grim. You prepared for this? Do I really have a choice? You always have a choice. I mean, even in the beginning, you have the choice to not go to Beacon at all. Which kills everyone, but you have the choice. Which is freaking neat. Because doing the right thing is always a choice. And even if it's not always the easy thing to do. Well, I will ready as soon as tomorrow. After all, if I'm going to be queen, I can't just sit around on the throne while you and Glinda take care of the dangerous work. This is my responsibility. I'm taking it. And I will be with you every step of the way. Night falls over the kingdom, the sky inky black and empty, without even the crumbling moon to light the way. The moment I allow myself to relax after my long and tiring day, exertion hits me harder than a punch to the guts. The bed I collapse into is my own, the same as it had been 7 years ago. It smells like dust and age, but mostly it reminds me of my mother. I still remember the perfume she wore, sweet rose water mixing with the fresh linen of her dress, crisp and clean, the oil in her almost joint, the heavy, grey feelings that linger in the air before the rainstorm. Brewing my face harder into the pillow, I try not to remember that the bed is still far too big for just one person. It always was lonely in here. Still, sleep doesn't come easy. The nightmares are only getting worse. Traveling with Linda took a lot out of me, riding hard during the day and barely getting any sleep at night. I had hoped being back in my childhood home will ease them somewhat, but it doesn't seem likely. Every time I feel like I might relax long enough to slip into unconsciousness, a sudden jab of anxiety pierces through me, and I stay awake for another hour, staring at the ceiling. It's almost as if someone does not want me to sleep. It may be my body's sense of self-preservation. Even if I want to sleep, the fear of what awaits me keeps me alert. Eventually I succumbed. the dreams beginning anew, and as I knew it was I would. But this night, they are more terrible than ever. Blood, as always, dripping from claws in the moonlight, razor grains slicing through the darkness. Somewhere, a grim moans and shrieks, inhuman and alien. And something new, a muted roaring, dull and insistent and terrifying. After a while, the nightmares end, leaving me in the darkness with nothing but a vague sense of unease. Welp, that was part 1. We're heading into part 2. Fuck, that was Act 1 part 1. We're heading on to Act 2 part 2. I'm gonna stop here because my voice is starting to be scratchy and shit. Love y'all, all that. Take care, buddies. Ah, fuck.